Hi guys, welcome back to the VGU of post EB03 Nova Grapplers deck. So this deck I've tested out in a few competitions a while ago and against my friends obviously, and I think it's really strong as I've able to defeat most of them with this deck, and I think that this deck deserves some praise, so I'm just gonna do a quick deck review about it. And as you can see, I have this perfectly nice playmat of my favorite enemy, Shokugeki. So let's get right into it. So first we'll start with the main deck, then we go on to the G zone. So first of all, we have the starter, Extreme Battle Caputron, if I'm not wrong. So basically the skill is Count +1. When this unit boosts a rear guard, after boosting, you may put this into your soul, choose one of your units plus 2k and stand the boosted rear guard. So it's really good. Some people might play the new, new grade 0, which is this, but I don't really like it because it just provides you the draw power plus 2k to a unit, and then if you have no counter charge, if you have no count blast, you can counter charge one. This is basically mainly for draws. This is basically for more pressure, and this actually Kabutron actually combos with a lot of your units, as you need a lot of standing power for your GEB03, which I'll show you later. Anyway, moving on, we have the grade 3, so obviously we would like to play 4 of the new Zubat Victors. Zubat Victors is really strong. Skill, count +1 your G unit strike, you may draw a card. Superior call a card from your regards, from your hand to regard circle, and then the other skill is choose any one of your units, including your Vanguard. When that unit attacks, you may stand one of your regards. So this strike skill is really strong, better than the previous other Victors. So ideally you want to run 4, followed by the end of turn skill. At the end of turn, if you have less than 1 counter blast, you may counter charge 1. If you have less than 1 soul, you may soul charge 1. If you soul charge and counter blast, if you soul charge and counter charge, you may draw 1. So this skill is what gives you that draw power, and the first skill is what gives you your stand power. So ideally you want to run 4, of course. Then followed by we run 3 of the old Victors. So in total I only play 7 grade 3s. We go with the Victor that can stand the whole column, stand a rush unit, and then stand the rear guard behind that rush unit, so basically stand the whole column. GEB03 skill, when this unit stands, you plus 2k to your whole front row, and this is stackable. The strike skill is when your strike unit attacks, you may soul blast 1, stand the rear guard in the front row with the rush ability, and then stand all rear guards behind that stand all the rear guards behind the rush rear guard. So basically it's just stand one whole column. You play 3 of those. Moving on, we have Extreme Battle Ninjard. It's basically this cool ninja right here. Generation break 1, count +1. When this unit attacks, you may pay the cost, which is count +1. You choose one of your rear guards and stand it, and then this unit and that unit gets plus 2k for each face up card in your G zone. So ideally you want to play at least 2, because this is really strong. The new grade 2s is like more of the late game for Nova Grapplers. The more flipped up G zone cards you have, which you will because of your GEB03 strike, later I'll show you, the more power this gets, and it can boost your rear guard and stand your rear guards too. So ideally you want to at least play 2. Moving on, we have the old grade 2 Sasanda. Very simple skill. Whenever this unit stands, just plus 5k to this unit. Moving on, we have 4 of the new Gosachi. So of course Gosachi is really strong, you wanna play 4. The first skill is if you have a grade 3 Victor Vanguard, you may this unit gains resist. So no Denial Griffin, no resting and all that. You can't target, no retiring and all that. Second skill is when this unit attacks, you may counter +1. Choose one of your rear guards and stand them. And then the GEB02 skill is when this unit stand due to any effect, it plus 7k rush. So it's really good. Ideally you want to run, of course, at least 3, but most people run 4, which is of course very staple in the Victor deck. Moving on, we have, last but not least, we have the grade 2's Server Temper. Very standard grade 2. Your way of retiring your opponent's front row units also. Skill, Rush. When this unit stand by any effect, plus 5k to this unit, so it's basically a standard. And then GB1 skill, when your Vanguard, right, when you attack, your drive checks a grade 3, you may retire one of your opponent units in the front row equal or less than the power of this unit. So basically, you ideally want to stand this unit multiple times so that it gains power, and then when your Vanguard attacks, you drive check grade 3, you can retire any one of your opponent's units in the front row. And make sure it must be less than the power of this unit. If not, you cannot retire, and it must be only in the front row. So I run 4 of them. They got reprinted in GEB03, the Stargate booster, but I rather run the PR version because it's much more cooler. Yeah, it got printed as a rare, but I rather run PR. Moving on, we have the grade 1. So this grade 1 is obviously what you need to run in the new Victor deck. This is what makes Victor so viable right now, is because of this grade 1. Skill, GB1, rest this unit. When you rest this unit, you give up to 5 of your rear guards resist for until that turn. So there's no such thing as deny griffin anymore, there's no such thing as burn and all that. So it's really good. It gives all your rear guards resist so you can stand for your favorite champ. Then the second skill is rear guard. When this unit stands, this unit gets power plus 4k until end of turn for each face up card in your G zone. So let's just say you got 3 face up cards, this unit plus 12k until end of turn. So it's really good. A good finisher with combos with favorite champ. Favorite champ, by the time you should have like at least 3 or 4 face up. So let's just say you have 4 is 4 times 4 16, so plus 16k to 7, which is like a 23k booster. Yeah, it's really strong and gives resist. So ideally you want to play at least 3 or 4. I play 4 in my deck. Moving on, we have this old grade 1. I forgot what's the name of this, but basically is when this unit boosts the front row grade 2, or basically a front row unit, this and the front row units gains rush. So whenever either one of the front row units, this let's just say Silver Temple or this unit stands due to any effect, when it attacks again, let's just say you stand the Silver Temple, when it attacks again, you can get to choose 2 units and plus 4k to them until the end of turn. And this skill is stackable. It's not once per turn, unlike, let's just say, the new grade 1, you see it's once per turn right here. But this is stackable, so every time it stands and attacks, you may choose 2 of your units and give it plus 4k. So ideally you want to run at least 2. I run 3 in my deck. Moving on, we have 3 of the standard strike forters. I switched the old strike forters for the new one in the GEB03 because it looks much more cooler. Basically, when you're paying the cost of strike, this plus 2 grades, and then when it's placed on rear guard, you may search, you may reveal grade 3 from my hand and search your deck for 1 Victor, grade 3 Victor, show it to your opponent, put it into your hand, and then you discard 1 card. Moving on, we have the last but not least, we have the grade 1 Kanzens, Perfect Guards. Basically, you run the new one. Basically, when this grade 3, when you are Vanguard's grade 3 Victor, when this guards perfect, when you place this on the garden circle, you may combat 1, draw 1. So that's basically a skill. Some people like to run the old one, which is combat 1, give your a unit on your field plus 10k shield and intercept. But I think the draw power is much more important, so you run 4 of these. I switch them up. Moving on to the grade 0s, ideally you want to play at least 6 crits and 6 draws, but in my deck I play 8 crits, 4 draws and 4 heals. So first of all, we have the standard 8 crits, 4 of these standard crits which got reprinted in GBT, in the GEB03 set. As you can see, the art is a little bit different. You got two from the GEB03 and 2 of the original. Basically, when your Vanguard attacks, moves this into your soul, and then you draw 1 plus 5k to your Vanguard. And moving on, we have the 4 of the new Blau crits, which is very strong. Basically, this is a counter to Messiahs and Link Jokers in general. GB1 skill, when this unit is placed on rear guard, combat 1, move into your soul, gives you soul charge, and then you can unlock 2 circles. Basically, if you have 2 locked units on your field, you may unlock both of them. For, like, let's just say you want to go straight into favorite champ or any other strats, and you need rear guards because this deck is basically rear guard reliant. So we need this strat. We need this kind of ability. So it's really good. Ideally, you want to at least play 2, but I play 4, so 8 crits. Followed by the standard 4 draws. So these 4 draws finally came out in GEB03. Put this unit into your soul, choose 1 of your rear guards plus 3k. Choose 1 of units, if I'm not wrong. Units or rear guards plus 3k. Very standard. And then last but not least, we have the heals. The heals, Ideally you want to play 4 of these, which is the if this is one of these cards in the drop zone, you G-guard with another of these, you may bind both face up, bind, and then you counter charge one, also charge one. But I run 2 of the old ones because of the counter charging power. So the old ones is very simple. Whenever this is used to call out for this G-guard right here, you may Soul Blast 1 and then you counter charge 1, and then this G-guard is, if the attack does not hit, actually is GB1, you may flip out 1 with G-guards. If the attack does not hit, you may counter charge 1. So basically you can actually counter charge 2 if you call this one out, and then you get to flip a G-guard up also. So it gives you the GB8 faster and gives you more flipped up for your combos in the deck. Alright, so that's basically about it for the main deck. Following, we have the G zone. G zone is actually quite important. So first I'll be explaining your Sabreeze, but Sabreeze I'm pretty sure you guys know what it is, so I don't really need to explain. We play 1 Sabreeze and then we play 2 of the new OP GR strides. Basically this is your ideal first strike, even though it says here GB3, but you can achieve GB3 very easily. I'll show you guys in another video on how the different combos work for this deck that I play to achieve GB3 and can achieve even GB4 if you have 4 counter blasts. Basically the skill is Soul Blast 1. Whenever one of your regards stand, you may play a cost which is Soul Blast 1. Then this unit, which is your Vanguard, and the regard that stand plus 5k. So it gains power simultaneously. Every time you stand a regard, you may Soul Blast 1. Then your Vanguard plus 5k and that regard that stand plus 5k. And then in addition, you flip one of your G-Zone cards up. So you can flip anything basically. So ideally you want to flip these 2, or you can flip the Metal Kaiser Victor if you want. Metal Kaiser Victor right here. So you can gain the GB really fast. And then after that, GB3 skill is after the end of this unit that the battle. Basically after you just check 3 times for your after you attack with your Vanguard, you may draw a card and then choose the lowest power unit that the opponent has on the field, the lowest power regard the opponent has, and then retire the regard. So it's a really good UI skill. I recommend you play at least 2 of the GRs. Moving on, we have this Restanding Vanguard, very standard. Count Blast 2, you know, when your Vanguard attacks, after the drive checks, which you only can get 2 drive checks, you may discard 2 cards from your hand and then stand this unit again and whack again. So basically it's 4 drive checks, but you have to discard 2. So it's not say really ideal in a sense, but you know, you just run that just in case or for Chaos or Messiah, when you lock your regards and you don't have that crit trigger that I showed you just now, you can always strike into him. Moving on, we have 2 favorite champs. Ideally you only want to play 1, but I play 2 just because of the insurance. Let's just say you cannot end your opponent when you strike on the first favorite champ, you have another one just in case. Skill GB2, Count Blast 2. After the end of the battle that this unit attack, you may discard 1 card and then stand your regards for each face up G-Zone card that you have. So if you have 3 face up G-Zone, you at least stand you can stand 3 regards. Basically you need to stand at least 3 in order for the Vanguard to stand. So basically you discard 1 card, then for each face up card in your G-Zone you stand 1 of your regards. And then if you stand 3 or more, you may discard another 3 more cards and then counter charge 1, stand this unit, minus 2 drives. So remember this skill, right? A lot of people misconception is that it's a one-time skill, like once per turn skill, but it is not. As long as you have the counter blast, you can just keep standing and keep whacking your opponent till they die. It's basically your finisher. But remember, you need the sufficient hand size and the sufficient counter blast. So basically it's discarding 4 cards to stand your whole field. So this is why we play 4 draw triggers, even though we have enough draws from, you know, Zubat Victor and other cards. But it's really important. This is your finisher. Ideally you want to end your opponent on a third or 4th strike maximum. And then we play 4 of the old Metal Kaiser Victor. The skill is once per turn. When this unit attacks and the attack hits, you may stand 1 of your regards and plus 5k. GB3 skill is when this Vanguard, when your Vanguard attacks, which is when this unit attacks, you may stand 1 of your regards plus 5k. So this used to be your old first strike option before the GEB03 set hit, but now you obviously want to strike into your, you know, your GR first rather. Oops, whether I want to strike into your GR first rather than this unit, because it's pretty shit now. So just use it to, you know, flip your cards up for the GR. GR needs to flip your cards up whenever you stand one of your units and you Soul Blast. Anyways, moving on, last but not least, we have the GEB03. A lot of people have been questioning me, saying, oh, why do you actually play the GEB03? But because you will never ever reach GEB03, but that's not true, because of this this GR, as I said, you first turn you can actually flip up 4 cards already, or 3 to 4 cards, and then if you actually end your turn and let the opponent, you G-guard, like, let's just say 2 or 1 more time, and then you can achieve GEB03. Basically, our GEB03 is pretty scary too. After this unit attacks, like basically when your Vanguard attacks, you may counter blast 1, stand all your rear guards, and then your rear guards gain this skill, which is every time your rear guard rests, you can stand them again. So it's really good for combo with units such as Sazanda, Silver Temple. You can stand Gosachi also, but I really want to stand the Great One, the one that stacks the resist unit, because you have a shit ton of face-up cards. You probably have like 8 because it's a GEB03 skill. So yeah, I ideally want to stand them. And yeah, this GEB03 is really strong, but most of the time you wouldn't go into it, but it's just insurance for that if you really have like nothing else to go into and you cannot free red champ because, let's just say, your hand size is too small or something, you can just go into your GEB03. Moving on, we have 2 of the new G guards, which is very important. The skill is when this is placed on Guardian Circle, if your opponent has more regards than you, this plus 10k shield, so it's basically a 25k shield. And then the X skill is whenever it's your turn, you may Soul Blast 1, flip this unit face down, and then you can either counter charge 1 or choose a unit from your regard circle and turn it face up. So basically it's like a unlocker and a counter charger. You choose either one. Either one is you want to counter charge or you want to unlock one of your units. So ideally you want to play at least 2, which I do. Last but not least, we have these 2 G guards. So ideally, when you call for him, you might want to flip this G guard up. This G guard is actually really bad, which is when you have no counter blast at all. You may, when this unit is placed on Guardian Circle, you may counter charge 2, and then this plus 5k shield. Or if you have no soul at all, you may soul charge 2 and this plus 5k shield. So it goes either way, yeah. But it's pretty bad. I ideally never want to go into him. But if the circumstances or the situation calls for it, yeah, you may go into him just for the counter charging. And then, as I said, I already explained this skill. It's very simple when it's used in combination with the heal trigger that I just showed you right now, just now. So yeah, that's about it, guys. Thank you very much for listening to my commentary on the Victor post EV03 Victor deck. I hope to do more of this in the future. I'm probably gonna record some games with my Victor against, you know, playing against my friends Chaos deck and see how it works out. And then I also hope to post a Blaster deck soon, because the World Champions Championship for Vanguard was today, and then you should know Blaster stopped the World Championships, and I was really surprised. So yeah, thank you very much, guys, for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. This is VG Shihai, and I am out. Peace.